What the deal, my people? You know it is Don 20 Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is channel motherfucking news. That's what this motherfucker is about. This channel, Teflon TV, talking about Teflon TV, everything about it, what's going on in the future and everything else. And I am prompted to this because of making this video due to the fact that I received this message from one of my subscribers, and I did not particularly enjoy this message. Now, I know a lot of people tell me that I should not concern myself with messages from my subscribers, or one message from one subscriber, and oh, you have X amount of subscribers, why would you care? You got to be above that, this, that, and the other. But in all honesty, this shit does get to me, you know what I mean? And maybe it shouldn't, but it does. So this is what the subscriber said to me, and this subscriber was down with me for a very long time, and it really hurts me to get this, to see this here. And it says, this is from PD Derek, and he says, damn, you used to be the shit. Now it's like hate videos I can't keep up with, shit talk. And maybe if I'm lucky, one Theorio video every 3 minutes amongst a bunch of boo-boo. Not hating, are you doing? But just letting you know you've lost me. And some friends who've liked this channel in the past. Over the past last year with all the changes. Godspeed, Don. I'm out. Now, that's very upsetting to me. Now, whether it's one subscriber or two, and I do gain subscribers and lose subscribers, that is what YouTube is all about. It is a juggling act of subscribers that come and go, and why people subscribe and why people don't subscribe and why people just watch and browse. No one knows for sure. You know what I mean? I think R-Rated Rugged Man said it the best. If you can't tell me how to win this, then you can't tell me shit about this business, no matter how long you've been in this. And I don't think no one has a direct formula of how to win this. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? But that did upset me. So I'm going to take it, break this down. I used to be the shit. Now that's terrible, terrible. And it's because he says I have a bunch of hate videos. Now, I don't believe that I have a bunch of hate videos, but I do believe that certain situations that have arisen in the past year or so may have projected something like that. And that I am sorry for. I did not want that to come. And it's funny that sometimes when things happen to you that maybe from the outside looking in, it's not visible exactly everything that is going on. Now, me personally, I like to keep my business or whatever to myself. It ain't really nobody's business, you know what I mean? I try to do that, and that's what I've always tried to do. That it is what it is. Whatever happens, it happens, and that's it. And not come out here to yell people and have to say stuff about things, because this is not a reality series. Teflon TV is not that, and it can't be that. It's just a Song of Ice and Fire channel that does theory videos. But I will address that to his thing. I see I guess he is not a subscriber of mine on my Teflon TV channel on Facebook, because if he was, then he would know that I did come out with a schedule for my videos, so that you know exactly what videos I am putting out and when. So if you are looking for a particular type of video on my channel, you can find that. And that is theory videos every Monday. And then I will have every Thursday, I will put up a sports video. Now, right now, it's fantasy football, so I'll put up fantasy football. When that is done, that will turn to a Song of Ice and Fire video, a book chapter video. And then every Saturday, I will do a live stream. Now, whether the live stream will be a Q&A about the video that I did that week, or whether it will be a live stream with me playing a video game, and the Game of Thrones gamer will be back on there. Who knows? But it will be one of those two. So that is my schedule. And, obviously, I have other things that I do. Like I have the movie breakdown. When I get those edited, I'll just throw those up when I think it's a good time to throw those up. But those are the videos that you can count on every week, and you should know everything when that is. So hopefully that helps me become the shit again. I am sorry that he feels that way. You know what I mean? And let's see what else he says here. So he says that all the changes that I have done within the past couple of years. Now, I would say this, you know what I mean? When I started this channel back in the day, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that a lot of other YouTubers and everything went through the same situation of growing pains and struggles, and I didn't expect nobody to watch this channel whatsoever. I think that my first video I ever made was why I support Baratheon's claim to the Iron Throne. And I didn't think no one was gonna watch it. I just go up in the camcorder and spoke some shit and said what it was, yada yada yada. I don't think I shaved. I don't know. My clothes was just busted. I was just, you know, and people watched it, some people, and then it grew. And then from there, you know, I got on James Johnson's channel on his thing, and that whole situation with me going on the small council. When I went on the small council, and the reason why I got on the small council, because I'm not an original small council member. If people don't know that and stuff, it wasn't like that. When I first started making videos, Master Payne, he was my great friend and my really good friend. But when he first started making videos, his videos, he made this in my videos, just like off the bat, this whoosh, you know what I mean? And so if you look at Master Payne's videos, like his first 2 videos, and if you don't understand what he's talking about, you have to watch my video. King Robert went to Winterfell to kill Jon Snow, which is a theory that I came up with, and I still believe in to this day. He did go there to sniff around with Jon Snow, and that's what the whole thing to the wall was meant for, and that's why I didn't get killed. Master Payne hated that theory, couldn't stand it. And he just went in on me and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But through that, you know, because as I said, there's a way to do things. You know what I mean? And though he was attacking me, it was in a fun way, and it was in a you know, a respectful way. And I'm all about it. So I made my video back. He made his videos, and then we got cool. All right. So then I was always at that time. If you go back to my videos, you will see that I am always at the end of my videos or middle of my videos, every fucking video I made, begging people, please, if you want to do a collaboration, I'll be your best friend. Please, anybody. I just want to talk to somebody, you know, and that's what it was all about. I just really, when I started this channel, I just wanted to talk to them because, you know, dudes around I hang out with, they don't read this. They ain't about that life. You know what I mean? They about other life. You know what I mean? So I was trying to get put on. So I messaged James. I messaged everyone. If I could, okay, let me do it. And do a show. Can we want to do something together? Never heard back from them. I don't even know if they got the message because I sent them on YouTube. And I realized later that when you send people messages on YouTube, that maybe they usually don't get them. But back then, I didn't know how to get in contact with anybody. You know, you got to remember how it was back then. Though it was not long ago, it seems like the internet has transformed from the time I started doing this to right now. With, you know what I mean, within those 4 years or 3 years or whatever it was, it seems like this whole internet thing, this whole situation with Game of Thrones thing is taking off. It was so primitive back then. You know, people didn't have Facebook pages like Aziz in the History of Westeros. He put up one video every 2 months back then. You know what I mean? If you were lucky, that's what we got. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why I started doing it, because when Otaku Assemble was doing his videos and he was doing his recaps, he didn't know certain things, and I knew him, and I was talking to the camera saying, that's Peter Baelish ship, that's his sigil, and he didn't know it. So I was like, man, maybe I should do it because he didn't know it. So maybe I should just do a review of someone who read the books and do it like that. So that's when I started doing the reviews and everything else. And then I started doing what happened was is y'all, the fans out there who contacted James and them and kept telling them to put me on his show. They kept begging him and pound them, all y'all in the chat. Every time we did a show, y'all were over there just saying, you got to put Tony Teflon on. We want to see y'all with Tony Teflon. In the beginning, Jay's was like, well, we have a lot of people on the panel. And I think it's so funny to think about it right now, because I think back then he had like 4 people. Now we got like 7, 8. So back then, you know, he's like, oh, because, you know, he didn't know me from a can of paint. So why would he want to put me on his thing? And it wasn't as open back then, even to talk about another channel. People wouldn't even mention other channels' names or acknowledge that there was another channel. Like, they were just so afraid that if someone else became someone else's subscriber, they weren't going to be a subscriber anymore. You know what I mean? I actually did a video about that, and I've done a lot of videos about a lot of different things, and I talked about other people's channels and how I felt about them and stuff like that. So y'all got me on there and everything else, and then from going on to James's show as the first live thing I ever did, the first people I've ever talked to about Game of Thrones ever in the world. Ever never talked to anyone about Game of Thrones before I got on that live stream, and it was just a great time. I had a great time there. And then, like, after the second show, he just like said I was a member of the small council. I didn't realize I was, and I was all excited, and that's how I got on. And then later on, the same situation basically happened with, you know, with T. I'm sure she would tell her story. I have not looking at the chat right now because I'm just doing this thing real quick, you know what I mean? So talking about the channel. So I will get to the chat in a second. I don't know if she's out there, but I'm sure she would tell us. I think she was just someone that was in the chat section, leaving great comments. And then so I don't know how she got on, but then James talked to her, someone talked to her, and then she could tell you that story. And then she got put on, and that's how everyone, Nico and everyone, that's how it all happened. It was just basically like that. And that was one of my like greatest things and worst things on my channel, is that all the people who used to leave the greatest comments on my channel started channels and they don't leave comments no more. Don Willie used to leave comments that were 20 feet long, that were bigger than Tyrion. You know what I mean? And now I get a great video. And he's busy doing his channel. And James Michelle used to leave huge comments. You know what I mean? I'm happy that they're all doing their things, and I'm happy that everything went down like that. But that is like a frustration of a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Because your subscribers start getting their own stuff going, and then they don't have time to go interact with your channel, and when you don't get to talk to them as much as you used to and stuff like that. And that's why sometimes when I say, you hear me say, like, I liked it before when I had 200 subscribers and all that. I'm very happy to have the subscribers I have. I would never want to go back to 200 subscribers. But I remember those days just when, you know what I mean, when it was just us there and I was saying what I was saying and it was what it was, and everyone was leaving comments that did, and I was excited. I mean, I was so excited, man, just to get 200 views on a video. I never thought, and I used to say, if I could just get 1,000 views a video, then if my friends see it, that could justify me doing it without them making fun of me. and kept doing the videos and stuff like that, and I met a lot of people doing it. So then I had my own live stream. I was able to have my first live stream, and that was with Claire Gray and MP, and that was the Mercy chapter that we broke down there. And that is the first time that I ever had anything on my channel, ever had anyone agree to come on my channel before. I was so nervous to do it and stuff. So we did it. I think it's a very good live stream. I don't know how if the romance jumped off then, who knows? But that was there, you know what I mean? And we did that live stream, and that was Claire's the first like British woman from Great Britain that I ever got a chance to speak to. And I remember she said like cock or something like that in her accent, and I was like, ooh. That was phenomenal. And then I said it, and I thought that I insulted her, and I was so like, oh my God, did I just cross the line by saying that to her? I was so nervous and stuff like that. But it turns out, because I didn't know her like that, and how she taken and stuff like that. But you know, and then she told me, she goes, Tony Teflon, what I want you to do is that you have a guy, his name is Don the Cracking Wit. He leaves a lot of comments on your thing. Because what I was doing was I was taking the last person I was going to take someone from the chat or during the last section of the live stream and put them on the show. And she was like, you should ask Don to crack a wit. He's a big fan of your channel and he would want you to jump on, yada, yada, this, that, and the other. So I was like, all right, I trust you. And I wasn't fucking with her anyway because she took the show over in there really fast. And I was happy to let her take it over. And because even though, like, I learned shit from a lot of I learned shit from people, you know what I mean? I pick up shit from people that I just watch their videos or watch the way they do it and understand the way they do it or try to connect. Not, you know, I feel that people may do that for me too. So I picked up stuff. So by her taking over the channel really made me a better host by watching her host my show and stuff like that. Cause I had never done anything like that before, right, in my life. So that's what it was. So I got Don the Cracking Wit on, and he came on the channel, and he was at work, and he was willing to come on, and he made a really interesting point during the whole video, during the Mercy thing. And from then, I got cool with Don the Cracking Wit, and then they started this Hypes Watch situation, and all that jumped off. After that situation, they all became friends, and I always felt of the Hypes Watch kind of like the small council would be like the podcast of Ice and Fire, and then the Hypes Watch would be the vassals of the King's Grave. I always thought that the Hypes Watchers are vassals of the King's Grave. That's the way I always looked at it. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way, so I hope people do not take that like I'm trying to say something bad, because I'm not. But I'm going to go over here into the chat before I continue this stories that I am telling here tonight. And everything else. I hope that I am not doing anything boring, and I'm sure it is and stuff like that. So after that, you know, we came out with my situations, and I kept doing my videos, yada yada yada, and basically it's like this. You know what I mean? I am sorry to this dude, Pete, that I had let him down. In my life, I try not to let people down. And I feel terrible that I let this man down. He was one of my first subscribers. I remember him and everything else. And it's terrible to me, you know. So I think that people, like, if you look at all my videos I ever done, I would hope that that like a lot of YouTubers out there, I got a writer. I'm my own writer. I'm my own cameraman. I'm my own sound man. I'm my own light man. I don't have people that work for me. I don't have anyone that makes my scripts. I know some people do, and that's great. I wish I did. That's a blessing. You know what I mean? I don't have no spec checkers. I've only used that a spell for Ice and Fire, and the only reason I know about that thing, that a song for Ice and Fire thing, is because Don the Cracking Wit told me about it, and I think I used it once. Every other thing I ever gotten, I've gotten from reading the audio books, going to the section, or going into the books and getting it. Period. You know what I mean? So I haven't even had that. That's what this whole like world is just like to me. It's just like a crazy situation. You know what I mean? Like it's just a like all this new technology. You don't even got to read the books anymore. You just got to go to a website, put in a phrase, and you can link up every book and everything else. And that kind of takes the fun out of it to me. You know what I mean? It means more to me just to really go in there and have to read back and remember. I think I remember hearing something like that and then taking it from there. But I do understand why that for big shows and everything else who need to do this thing, why they would need to do it. So I would just hope that you would think that if you look at the first video I ever done of someone who's never done this ever before, to where I have come right now, I would hope you could see that I'm trying the best I can, and that there is some progression that goes on here, and I am actually getting better at doing it than when I was. So I'm sorry that I let that man down, but I'm going to try to keep on doing everything else that I was doing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because in all honesty, a lot of times in my life, and you may not know me, but if you did, then people would tell you that my house words really should be like my house words, like my kids. If you ask my children what our house words are, they will tell you that it's my world and you're just in it. I guarantee it, that if you ask them what the house words is, they'll tell you, because that is our house words. But my personal house words would be, I do not forgive. I do not forget. And that has been my whole mantra, my whole entire life. And where it has gotten me is basically by myself. I have not spoken to my brother in 6 years. You know, I haven't spoken to other family members in long periods of time. So I try to not be that way anymore. You know, I'm trying the best I can to just chill and one second. All right. I'm sorry about that. I got to keep the camera like this for 1 second. Why? I shouldn't even probably talk about this, but my brother was my best friend, and he's my older brother, and you know we went through a lot. Our father dying, and him going off to war, coming back, and me having kids, and he's always been there for me for whatever thing I ever did. And now I haven't spoken to him 6 years. It's been, and over something so stupid, you know. And I got so much pride and so much I can't get over shit that I've let 6 years go by. I'm not speaking to my brother. And I'm trying my best not to be that way anymore. But it seems like situations come up and it keeps pushing me towards that. And I don't get choked up over no YouTube situation. This is just because of my brother. And that's all. And I miss my brother, you know. And he doesn't have my kids' birthday parties or any holidays or anything, you know. It's terrible. So life is short. My friend Mike Hobson's sister just passed away 2 days ago. If wake is tomorrow, and that's my man. He loved his sister. I got a sister. I couldn't imagine my sister dying that young. And when all that happens and thinking about my brother and everything, what if something happened to him? You know what I mean? It's just terrible. Terrible. So, besides that, I'm trying my best, people, in all honesty, to not be that dude who I don't want to be lonely and by myself and all that situation, because, you know, it's like I could, you know, have people, anyone, I get phone calls, invited to go places all the time, every place, you know what I mean, with various people and all the time. But I'm just not that type of cat. I don't be doing that. because it's hard for me to be trusting people. You know what I mean? And all I would say to people is this: put it in the past and let bygones be bygones. Because that's what I'm willing to do right now. Is not even hash on anything ever. And just let bygones be bygones. Because I'd rather be cool with people than not.